Hi, Kurt. Hope you're doing well. Wanted to follow up after the other day and just ask how AT was feeling physically after, appearing in her first actual gameplay in so long.
She said she's doing well, feeling good. We just got done with practice, obviously, and she was full go in practice. So continue to feel good with where she's at and where she's trending.
Different topic, but there's been some discussion recently about not only Jonquel Jones as an MVP candidate, but maybe even Defensive Player of the Year. And I think in general, a lot of people talk about her offensive contributions, but I was wondering if you could speak to what she's brought on the defensive end, especially playing, more of the 4 than the 5 this year, and how she's really been able to elevate that aspect of her game.
Yeah, first I'd love to shout out our entire starting lineup defensively in terms of defensive win shares, in terms of what we're doing as a unit is truly remarkable. And I can go down the line and speak glowingly defensively about all 5 starters and what they bring and what they bring to the table. In terms of JJ, just the elite defensive rebounder, one of the elite defensive rebounders in the world. So that's part of it. When she gets around the basket, still a really important rim protection. But you talk about it. It's the versatility and growth. She's been asked to guard 4 players. She's been away from the basket a lot this season. And she is disruptive at points of attack away from the basket and, disruptive to guards. And being able to guard these undersized and stretch 4 players is, the growth in her game defensively. And she clearly has done that and maneuvered through that really, really well. So again, I can't speak highly enough of all 5 of our defenders. Bree January, with amongst our team is just really revered by all of us, and coaches included, and what she takes on each and every game. But I can't speak highly enough of all 5 starters defensively this year.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Brendan?
Hey, Kurt. Good to talk to you today. Just, I know we've spoke about this in the past about just the bench and how your second unit has been staying ready, and they've been terrific getting your first unit ready in games during walkthroughs or even practices. So what was it like to watch the bench, particularly Dejanay, to have the night they had the other night?
Yeah, just feel really, really happy for them, right? It's just they don't always get extended minutes. It's the life of a bench person that your leash is not as long. But it's the growth of these young pros learning from such talented veterans and veterans that have been through a decade of this league. And so just really happy when you see them get extended minutes and get that opportunity. Dejanay really energized us. Her effort, her tenacity at both ends of the floor. She stayed aggressive off the bounce. And it was one of those nights where, her impact was felt and also on the stat sheet was shown. But not only her, Natisha had a great first half, gave us some confidence offensively, hitting those threes. That's what she has to do and spark us. And now you got AT, a former, one of the elite players in the world coming off the bench. So, excited about where our bench could be here as we're, moving closer and closer to the playoff time.
Thank you.
Charlotte?
Hey, Kurt, kind of to follow up on Alexa about JJ, she has talked about just her confidence being so much, I don't want to say, I think just stronger, more confident this season. What have you seen from her, maybe behind the scenes, that reflects a little bit differently than past years, especially after not having her in the bubble last year?
Yeah, I think that's the word, right? There's a quiet, a humbled confidence. Like, she looks at herself as the go-to player. She looks at herself as the MVP of this league. But she understands also that we are best when you just don't play through one particular person. But there is a confidence in her that she can score and she can put us in position to be really successful. She wants and desires the ball in her hands, and you can feel it. She gives off that confidence to all of us.
Is that something you've ever talked with her about, or was it just kind of she showed back up to camp that way?
Yeah, not a lot of individual conversations that way. I think, for myself, I show confidence best by running plays for people, talking about in huddles that, we have to get touches for this person, that person, this action is going to be good for us tonight with how they're defending. It's not a lot of one-on-one conversations. She brought that confidence back. You feel it. Again, she's a humble superstar. So she's not in my office demanding touches. She's not demanding usage rate. But you can see she wants the ball. She's confident and desires the basketball.
Thank you.
Ned, I see you joined late. Do you have any questions for Kurt?
Nah, I'm good. Let him
All
go.
right. Okay, you're all set, Kurt.
Thank you, guys.
We'll go ahead and get started. Whoever has questions, please raise your hand. Anyone? Alexa?
Hey, Stephanie. What's been the focus going into the final game of the season, just as you guys are a regular season, I should say, as you're preparing to fine tune everything for the playoffs?
Yeah, just getting ourselves ready, like finishing it out on a good note. That's the main thing. We don't want to go into playoffs on a bad note. So really just keeping the energy up and finishing it off good.
And how's it been, obviously with AT coming back, to just know that you have that added bench depth for you guys to work with going into the postseason if everything continues to go well?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, even having her on the bench all year, it's been great. Just having her veteran leadership and now just to have it on the court, it's really great. Me as a rookie, learning from her how she moves on the court, it's really awesome to have her out there.
Great, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Charlotte?
To follow up on that, what's it like going from AT, the teacher and kind of extra coach on the bench, to having her as a teammate? Or she's always been a teammate, but a player on the floor again.
Oh, I mean, it's awesome to see her energy translate to the court and just to play for her. Cause of course, I've been watching the games before, and yeah, just to be out there and really experience it firsthand like that. It's really amazing to see, and just the energy she brings and the energy she plays with. She plays with so much passion. She's just an awesome player and teammate.
What strikes you the most about her game when you get to watch her in game time mode? Is it that energy, or is there anything else?
It's just her intensity. She just goes so hard in everything she does.
Thank you.
Brendan?
Hey, Steph, kind of off that point about intensity, can you just describe what allows this team to be so dialed in on the defensive end, and especially when you get in the game on Wednesday, and it's just, can you put it into words as far as how dialed in your group has been defensively these last couple weeks?
Yeah, I definitely think, we've been super focused. And when we definitely challenge each other. That's the biggest thing. Nobody's scared to call each other out and be we need to be better. And that's the good thing about this team. Nobody takes it personally. We all really lock in and really get into it and take care of business.
Who starts that? Who's the one calling someone else out? Who's the one who usually starts that?
Honestly, it can come from anybody. Definitely our vets, but because they know the type of energy that we need to play with and what we're capable of too. So yeah, it's just our vets too.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions for Steph? Okay, you're all set. Thank you. We'll bring in Bree Jan next.
Brendan, we can start with you.
What's up? How we doing?
I'm doing well, doing well.
Good. How are you? One game to go in the regular season. What kind of what kind of game plan do you have mapped out here for this final game to kind of finish strong?
We take the same approach every game for every opponent. You know, we prepare the same. I mean, we watched film today. We got up and down the court. We're not letting up on the gas. You know, we're really trying to get sharp with everything, like we normally do. You know, correct some things that we made mistakes with in our past games, and really focused in and prepared for personnel like for Atlanta. So yeah, you know, same approach, same focus, same intensity, moving forward, just trying to get better.
So, and to speak specifically to Alyssa coming in for her first game the other night, she subs in for Bree Jones. What was it like trying to integrate her into the mix? Was it awkward? How would you categorize it?
Well, for almost, I mean, everybody on our team has played with Alyssa before. So everybody's familiar with her style of play, what she can do, you know, where she operates best. She's been around practice all year, been engaged all year, you know, so it wasn't very difficult at all. You know, I mean, everybody's done their part in preparing for this time, you know, with her in practice, with her in everything. She's been around. So it was nice. It was fun. It felt good, refreshing to have her back on the court.
Thanks.
Alexa?
Hey, Bree, kind of off that point, what can adding a player like Alyssa, who Kurt, you know, always talks about is arguably one of the best defenders in the world, how can bringing her back really elevate your guys' defense, which, as we've talked about all year, is, you know, exceptional, to, you know, a whole other level as you guys go into the playoffs?
I mean, that's just added toughness to our team. You know, like you said, she's a great defender. Not only is she physical enough, active enough, she thinks the game, she sees pass ahead, is in great position. She's coming into a team that's really tried to establish ourselves as a very good defensive team, and she's just going to take us up a level. And now just having extra depth with her coming in, especially at the post position, because you never know what's going to happen, and you never know what the matchups are going to be. So, you know, it makes us more versatile defending any type of post player we come up against, and just added toughness, like I said.
Great, thank you.
Hi, Brady.
Ned?
Good afternoon, Bree.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing well.
You were talking about, the team being locked in. When you're in a situation now where you're going to get, I forgot how many days it is, 10 days, whatever it is, off between end of the regular season, playoffs.
Right.
Is it a good thing to have that much time off and rest, or is there a possibility of, slippage? Is that a concern at all?
Our focus right now is on Atlanta. The rest is always good, especially at the end of the season, with a few veteran players. The rest is nice. Just to let your body recover, because it's been a long season, but we're going to do our best to stay sharp in practice, and that's what we have to operate with, and so that's all we're focused with. I mean, we can't think about any slippage, because when we approach, Dewan and I have made this point clear, is like every day we come to the gym, we have to come with a championship mentality, and so that's game preparation every time we step on the court. And so that's what we have to do. When you're not having games like that, you have to mentally prepare like you're coming into a game every day you step on the court, and that will eliminate some of that potential slippage. But 10 days is a nice amount of rest, a nice balance of rest and practice, and then get rolling again.
And perhaps slippage isn't even the right word. Maybe it's more of a rhythm. You just
Right.
get into a rhythm, a habit, and when there's a little break in it, Sometimes it
Yeah.
feels off, and sometimes it doesn't.
Right. And I mean, our coaches do a great job of really just putting together practice plans where we are getting up and down and getting game situations in, whether that's, scrimmaging, whether that's, ODO, I mean, different type of drills, end of the game situations. They're going to mix in all of that. So, we keep our rhythm, our game rhythm.
Thank you. Have a rocking
All right.
time.
Any other questions? No. All right, Breejan, you're set.